Jaron? Yeah.
Talk. He did a 5-hour show last night. After
Hey,
the
guys.
show, then he calls me.
I'm actually starting my live stream right now.
3 hours.
Is it on Jake the Asshole again?
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
I just unsubscribed to Jake.
Yes, me too. So I didn't even listen to the show. I listen. I go.
And I won't listen to that anymore.
What's that?
I've listened to Jared for like 5 years, almost every show. And I'm like, I am done listening to Jake.
Yeah. No, we were talking about Jaron last night. Was about
right.
Jake. Oh, you're talking about. You're tired of hearing about Jake.
Hey, we're just getting here and we're just starting to talk to people.
Yeah.
No, he really is.
What's your channel?
4BZ Truth.
I know you. I'm a subscribe to you.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't see you very often though. Like,
I honestly, I'm not as active as some of these guys. I still have a lot of. I have like.
Oh, you got a channel?
Yeah.
I don't. I never do.
I'm not as active as like in the community. I'm kind of doing my own thing normally. I have interviews with people a lot. I interviewed Ben.
Oh,
yeah, I saw that one. I think.
Yeah.
He's coming, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen him.
I've never met him. Yeah, I've only met Mac. He's the only. Here he passed away.
Yes. Yeah, I interviewed Mark Sargent not long ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I interviewed a few other people. Dave Weiss, I've interviewed him.
I'd like to meet him. He's cool.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Anyone that bashes him, I got a problem with. I think I don't even pay attention to drama stuff going on, but I think they should just ignore it.
That's the first flat earther I met.
Oh, yeah. It's Matt Powerland.
Yeah. He lives in Vegas. I live 100 miles from him.
Is that him?
Yeah.
He looks short.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're tall, though.
Yeah, that's the first one I met.
Um,
I live right 100 miles from him. I said, I'm just going to drive up there and meet him. And then we hung out for a few times and did stuff like that.
Is he the one that converted you? Or?
No, actually, it only took me like freaking 5 minutes. I listened to
Took
him
me 6 months,
bit,
probably.
right?
Do you mind if I let you talk on this, or
No.
Okay?
And so if I really look outside, it was nighttime. I looked at the moon and stuff. Yeah, so that's all it took. I didn't know about any of the other stuff. I didn't know about 9/11 and all that stuff. I was in sports. Yeah, if it didn't have a ball doing it, I didn't care.
Yeah.
It took me a while to look in. Like, first time I heard about it, I was like, it's got to be some religious cult or something.
Yeah, probably.
But I've already studied up on 9/11. I was into the libertarian Ron Paul. I was kind of into that.
Me too.
So I studied 9/11. And so when first time I heard about it in like 2015.
I got the right ones. I got the wrong
16.
ones.
I was like, BS. This is some religious cult thing. And I started looking at it a little bit. A video popped up. I was watching Joe Rogan. Video popped up, and I watched that video one after another. I was like, there's something to this, definitely.
with that Eddie Bravo and him about it.
I saw that too. Yeah. Because I was kind of dabbling in the UFC a little bit, like Conor McGregor and stuff. So I'd watch Joe Rogan a little bit, and then it was actually the Lost History of Flat Earth. Or not watching the Eric Dubé's
200 Proofs or
History of Flat Earth, or whatever. I can't remember the exact title of it, but that was the first real video I watched. So.
Yeah, I kind of approached this from a different angle. Hey, Voynich, what's going on? I have this on live stream. I just wanted to kind of show everybody. I don't want to show everybody necessarily. Some people don't want to show their face, apparently. Hey, I'm Charlie.
From Arizona too?
How you doing? From Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. All right.
How far is that?
So
400 miles.
this is kind of gonna be a slow going meet and greet here until everybody starts showing up.
We just got here. We're at this
I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, just waiting for people to trickle in. But
what's the name of this town?
Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove, Utah.
Yeah.
Take you like 6.5 hours.
What's the closest town?
Hey Matt, you want to make an appearance on my channel, or?
Yeah, for sure.
This is Matt. Flat Matt. Are you
Flat
closet?
Matt.
Are you closet Matt or are you flat Matt?
Well, I came out on Facebook, so I'm not in the closet anymore.
Honestly, I don't like to identify in any way, but whatever. I still like to be part of the group. What's your name?
Belinda.
Belinda, do you mind if
Oh, hi.
I'm just introducing everybody on my
Okay.
channel to you? I'm not a big channel, don't worry.
What?
I'm not a big channel.
Okay. Well,
Or my live streams aren't that big, at least.
The longitudinally, he does says, how come they haven't done that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and so that's what
Anyways.
he's stuck on. He says, how come they haven't done it? So until they do that, they got to prove it's a ball, right? It's my friend Richard,
Hi, Richard.
83, Canadian. You know, he's Canadian. He's Canadian. These guys are, he's from Boise. This guy right here is from Boise.
Yeah, we are too. Or I am too.
You are too, Boise.
Logan.
And
Utah.
you're from where?
Logan.
Logan, Utah. And this is Kinsey. This
Kinsey.
I know. You look like Kinsey. Cressada. This is Cressada. From he's the one I helped move. He's the one I helped move from San Diego. You remember him?
People are trickling in.
What
How's
is
it going,
that?
Voynich? Can you hear me?
What the hell is that, Richard? That's your grandson.
People just
All right, we'll
trickling
catch
in.
you later,
We're
sir.
just getting started here. People are trickling in.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling him. He took the Moderna and had blood clots and ended up having massive open heart surgery.
My uncle, he was active as hell, like cough, go. He took the J&J, whatever, and 10 days later he had a stroke.
Yep.
Oh, coincidence.
It's no, it's not. It's every day.
Yeah.
My favorite video I watch every day now is What's Going On.
What's up, Josh?
What's going on? Who is it? Who hosted it?
Yeah, we're just getting here, so
It's off,
there's not a lot going on yet. So
Are you gonna see?
I just decided to start a little bit early, so see how things are going.
It's off Odyssey.
Are you familiar with Josh from Founded Earth Brothers?
I seen that channel.
Yeah,
I know.
he's in the chat right now.
Yeah, the
Voynich.
FEB, right? Aren't is he streaming tonight or something?
But it
Yeah,
was-
he's gonna stream. He's gonna stream here.
It's just a fun-
Well, he's not coming. He's actually in Georgia, but he's streaming from his channel. So
You're gonna get it.
audio and visuals are fine.
Have
Sweet.
you seen this? Have you heard the song with it?
I think I did watch this one.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Oh, it so goes with it. And it's by a group. I looked up the group. It's called the group's called.
Oh yeah. People just like having heart failure right on the field. Yeah.
The song, though, have you heard the song with it? The song really feels it. Watch it too.
Yep, here it comes.
It's make me cry.
It's very sad. Yeah. Looks like that video is about all the athletes that are collapsing on the field from getting the jab. Dang flat earthers. Oh man.
Pretty bad, huh? That's all the words go great with it.
So yeah, so there's not a lot going on yet, but here's our little food table here. And this is the venue over here. It's not. I don't expect to see like a ton of people here, but little platform where people can get up and give their little spiel. Anyways, Flat Earth Bear. Good evening to you.
It's like all those guys who try talking.
I'm waiting for. I think Ben's gonna show up here in a second.
All right.
Bam! Right here. Look at. Oh yeah. Honestly, the fact that I came from Boise made me feel like there's a chance that somebody's gonna show up from this area.
I know on the map, the app, there's a lot of people around Salt Lake.
I don't know anybody that is on the map necessarily. Like my friend over here, he's not even associated with anybody, just me. So. What's that?
What's your name?
Jason.
Jason.
Isn't that a good name? I like the name Rats. Anyways.
Is there a lot of fundraisers out there in Boise?
Yeah, I saw Ben post this yesterday on live, so I'm here. All right.
I'm not familiar with any kind of like groups or community or anything.
Yeah, there's nothing up in Logan. I'd like to start something. There's only like I think 5 or 6 on the app.
Is this the battery? I just charged
Yeah. See, I think that he and I are more along the lines of this is just one little leg of our community. It's not our end all, you know. I'm not saying that we're not going to die on the hill, but it's definitely one of those things where we investigate a lot of things outside of flat Earth. So this guy knows his stuff about the esoteric and the Kabbalah and stuff like that. He's freaking smart.
Look into that. I've been trying to find a channel that looks into you have a channel?
No, so I was in the military, and then I worked for Wells Fargo, and then I worked for the Department of Health and Welfare.
Oh, I didn't realize you had a name tag. I guess I gotta go get a name tag real quick. All right. Sign my name real quick. Man, these pens are kind of bleed here. Well, let's try that. I guess it'll work. Okay. I know this is boring already. All right. All right. Eventually, we're gonna get started. Everybody's starting to come in at 4, but I don't know exactly when everything's starting.
Hello, how you today? No courts in here, huh? How you doing? Huh? There you go. I probably could dunk in one in here.
How's it going?
Hi. Hey.
I'm Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
Good to meet you. Are you a flat earther? More or less.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
better?
That's what I heard, but I'm trying to make sure I'm screening everybody to make sure they're willing to admit it.
It says it's what kind of room is this? Multicultural, right? Multi-purpose.
Yep.
Right? That's the.
We're using it for its true purpose.
That's the pack side over there, out the door.
Where's the different side?
Right.
So I'm live streaming right now, and it's extremely boring, I'm sure. I'm just waiting to see when all the good stuff happens. But yeah, I've been doing all kinds of different investigations since like 2000. I mean, before 2009 is really when I started getting in deep. Not flat Earth, but 2009 was really the start of my ventures of trying to understand reality.
Yeah. Mine was about 2010.
Particularly about 7 months ago.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I started into the conversation in 2015. So I started my YouTube channel because of flat Earth.
So mine really started with politics.
Yeah, politics.
I was in the military, and I saw some stuff there.
Something added up.
They were lying to us about a lot of stuff because I started lying to us, right? When I arrived. Right? So when I came back, it was the elections, Obama coming into the picture, and I just watched it happen and just thought this doesn't make any sense. Not that somebody out of nowhere, nobody knows anything about him. In fact, it looks like he kind of got some communist, all the roots, right, of the people that he's with.
I'm changing the angle here.
And so that, that none of that makes sense. But just things began not to make sense, right? And somebody finally one day said, "You need to watch this change." Right?
Yep.
And that's typically that was the beginning for a lot of people. This change.
All right, changing the camera angle here.
Documentary about 9/11. It really was like the first documentary.
What, 9 years? Nope, I'm from Texas.
You actually came?
Not just for that stuff. I just happened to be in town visiting my father and my brother. And my brother ordered me this. Kept making that prior engagement. Perfect timing.
Your brother? Yeah.
So we kind of came into this together.
Yeah.
We were looking at what happened with the 2020 election. And said, there's definitely something shady going on. That kind of made us start investigating things. Next thing you know, he pops up with me. What do you think of this? I start drilling down, questioning everything. And you keep drilling down, the truth is going to come out. So
Yeah, you didn't get to see all the algorithm changes on YouTube. I was before the algorithm changes. I mean, you could get flat Earth videos like none other on YouTube, like back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't find a good flat Earth video unless you're subscribed to a channel. They don't pop up in the algorithm ever.
No, you have to, it's almost like it's back in the old days. You know something.
Yeah.
You can find it. You have to know their name to get it correctly.
Yeah.
And even then, they're shadow banned, and it's hard to find them. Like if you do the search for Mark Sargent, it's gonna come up with a bunch of spoof or yeah.
So this is the biggest part of it, right? But this is just one of the many branches of stuff that we investigated, have investigated, and still do.
My son, benching or whatever.
Yeah.
That would well.
You went to the South Carolina one?
First time doing something, I have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
Is that Flattoberfest?
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Hit really hard at the beginning, but very high. Great camp. Very good experience. Going.
Where are you from?
Texas. Dallas area.
What part?
Probably Cameron and Brian Staley.
Yes, I know Carriage you got the organizer.
Brian Staley's in New York, isn't he? Or Boston.
He lives
Unless he
with,
moved.
Karen,
He lives with her?
he was like she was helping him out or something for a while. I don't know where he
Oh.
was. He lives with her still.
I interviewed Brian Staley like a while back. Hey.
Yeah, I met Karen lady. I met Dave, the Earth guy.
Yeah, just Dave deep inside the
I want to
room.
meet this guy. Anybody that knocks having something against him. He's doing more than anything.
Oh, you met Matt Priscilla.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't know about it.
Yeah, I've been in this community for a while, so I know.
Really humble people. He's like a really humble guy.
Yeah.
Dave is?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can tell. Kind of close the whole thing.
Hey, look it. Here to heckle. Hey, Carl, how's it going? I don't want to. Hey, it's nice to see you, Carl. You want to come on and have a join in? Anyways, we can all heckle around here. I'm just waiting for all these people to start trickling in here.
brother stayed there, but then
Dallas.
then I moved to Georgia, and then my job brought me to Dallas. Been there for like 15 years.
And you just started looking at this like 2 years ago, or a year?
7 months ago.
Yeah, but
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm a drill down person, so
Don't feel bad about having. Yeah. Do you say? How do you approach? Do you say, "Have you looked into the flat
I'm
Earth"?
very diplomatic. Actually, I created a 3.5-hour presentation to introduce it to my entire family. So I've done
geez.
presentation since.
On video?
No.
Have you converted anybody?
I got another one I'm doing for my in-laws.
I created take a card deck, and I basically lay them out, and I show people
Hey,
how we're structured.
it's my cousin, Jeremy. All right, well, people are trickling in here.
So, and each one of those numbers represents something, right?
Kind of like the military stuff that you're talking about.
Kind of. It's like the degrees of power.
Yeah, we're just trying to get settled in here. People are trickling in, and obviously there's not a lot going on.
Mark, Matt, the guy. Oh, that's it. Here you go. You got a donation.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we need to give you a donation too. So you've been to the different meetups then?
No, this is the first time I went to one.
Oh, I
The only
thought.
reason
Okay.
I came because I wanted the same reason Belinda came. We
Well,
can't.
meet some people.
No,
To make fun of people?
What was the main reason you came? I had the same reason you did.
Yes?
Yes. I want to meet Taboo. Then.
Oh, that's not the main reason. Well,
That is my main reason.
It's my big reason. I met him online, but I
So now
never.
your story's changing already. Hey, what's up?
Well, it's the.
Yeah, I took over. Sir, what's your name?
Let's go with Otis.
You're not on the list. Sorry, you gotta go. Oh,
You put yourself in charge and kick everybody out, boss.
Oh my gosh. Man, I should have started this a little later because it seems like everybody's showing up a little later. But it's okay. I'm just waiting for things to start happening. I didn't know when it was going to start happening. Yeah.
Boston's like really the only brother who I've met before this. Ben used to come to here.
Yeah, he's been in the highlights of the news lately for trying to bust flat Earth chops.
Skydiving simulation or whatever, and I'd meet him there and hang out a few times. Other than him,
Honestly, I never found anybody through the app. I found people just randomly talking to them and say, hey, you know, if you're into conspiracies, how deep does it go? How deep have you gone down the rabbit hole?
What did your wife say?
She came shortly behind me, and she is just as much.
Oh, is that right?
She was my first.
Yeah.
That's everything I've gone through. I just turn around and show her as I was going through it. She put me.
How's it going, Otis?
How good are you, sir?
Good.
Can't read that name. Who do
Oh.
they have right now for you?
It's the marker that it bled like crazy. It says Charlie.
Is that Charlie? Are you filming me?
Yes.
Sweet.
It's just a live stream. It's all right.
It's all right.
No, I had to document it. And this is my channel, YouTube. 4BZ Truth.
Oh, I think I've seen some of your stuff.
Yeah.
Fun. I watch YouTube. I don't know how to do YouTube.
It's all good. Honestly, I don't know how to do it. I just make a fool of myself, and it just pans out somehow.
I heard they're going to do a live stream. They're going to live stream the whole thing?
Yeah.
Or they're going to do some experiments
Ben from Taboo's Conspiracy is he got a thing going with Josh Flat Earth or Founded Earth Brothers. So he's going to be streaming through Ben's phone.
Yeah.
I think. And then I'm just doing my own live stream. So I have some people on here now. But don't worry, I'm a small channel. No one. I'm actually. If people actually recognize me, I'll be very impressed because I don't care if I look like a fool in front of people.
Yeah. So how long you had your channel?
I've been making videos since 2015. I took a break from Flat Earth for a while. I had a.
Kind of get to where how long you did.
So I started making Flat Earth videos in 2015. Like the winter is. I started doing little rants about it because it was Rob Skiba. I don't know if you know Rob Skiba, but yeah, yes. He was I converted from him in this, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah, so he
About that time.
interviewed Mark Sargent and him interviewed each other or whatever. Or Rob Skiba interviewed Mark Sargent.
Yeah.
And that was the first exposure I ever had.
Did you think about these guys?
Well, at first I kind of stepped away from Rob Skiba. I'm like, whoa, dude, I don't know if I want to go down that road. Yeah, but I followed Rob Skiba before he was ever a flat earther. So.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and because he did a bunch of studies about Osiris and how he ties into the occult and all this different stuff. There's all kinds of crazy stuff I get into, but I guess you could say that I started seeing a bunch of backbiting and headbutting and stuff like that. And I got into these forums where people would just discuss, and everybody just bashes and calls flat earthers so dumb and stupid or whatever. And you realize how deep the roots of indoctrination go. That people just start bashing, and I don't mind the conversation being a little elevated, but you can't have a coherent conversation with people sometimes. So it's like I want to focus on other topics. So I started looking into near-death experiences, and that was a big focus of mine for a long time. I interviewed a bunch of experiencers, and I remember Flat Earth podcast, with Dave, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, Dave Weiss.
Yeah, he was on
He actually. I remember doing one of those call-in line audible things or whatever they do, and I asked the question, so what do you guys think of people who are drifting away from their body in a near-death experience, seeing globe Earth? Actually, and they're like, well, there's people that see the flat Earth too. So I don't know. Or maybe it all comes down to interpretation. People interpret ways the way they believe.
You can show somebody something that is totally black, and they say that is white.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'm not one of those people. I'm gonna wander around and see some other stuff.
Yeah.
Could you meet the
Yeah,
trial?
man.
We'll check it out.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Logan Man, what's your name?
Jason.
Jason, did you get a name tag already, or?
Oh, I need to.
Yeah.
You go by Deborah the whole way.
Well, we're filling up. Oh. FE conspiracy means yours. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, Carl, I know Rob Skiba died. This is extremely sad to me because he was an interesting fella. And I know that you used to get on his chats and try to talk him down, talk him off the ledge. But I don't know.
I'm about to join the bits. Please help me not to get deceived, not to lose my faith. Something is not right.
See if anybody else is willing to get on camera here.
I don't bother.
All right. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. I'm Chad.
Chad?
Yeah.
That's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Is this your stuff or?
No, this is his stuff. This is my stuff.
Ah, how's it going? I'm Charlie. Randy. Yeah, you too, man. Sweet. I like this.
Have you seen this?
I have not. This is the same setup that Rob Skiba had.
Right. That's what I learned this from.
There you go, folks. It's the setting sun on a plane.
Right.
There you go. You made this?
It's true. Pretty easy to make.
That's awesome. Do you care if I put you guys on my live stream or put you on? Yeah.
I'm already
All right.
on the list of the things.
Where are you, Charlie? I've missed the beginning. I'm in Utah. Pleasant Grove, Utah, I think it's called. So I drove 5 hours to get here. 5.5. Oh yeah, he never answered your question. Yeah. Oh, I think Ben just showed up.
When you want.
Is that Ben?
Oh, hey.
What's up, man?
It's good to meet you. How you doing?
Yeah, you too. Oh yeah. I got the live stream going already. So.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
David. Thank you. How you doing? And then I reckon.
Hey Dave, what's up, man?
Are you gonna join us on the live stream later? It'd be 9:15 Eastern. Hey, yeah, I was just starting to get your freebies organized. There's your freebies right there, look. Starting to get them all organized. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess. Yeah. They want to say hi to you. I'll walk around.
All right. All right, guys. You're doing great work over here.
Okay, I'll show you what's here right quick.
All right. That's so funny. All right. All right, well. All right, sorry if this sucks, guys, but we're just getting settled in. Yeah, sorry, Carl. He never answered the question. But I'll just, I want to go around and meet people, but I just don't know if they want to be on my live stream.
It's right by you. You can come later to the laser thing. Sweet.
I met him because I'm a person.
Are these like business cards or something?
Oh, thanks, Russ. How you doing? I came with Ron Tabor, a friend of mine. So I know you.
Are you a blue dot?
I just realized that.
Oh, yeah. Flat Earth app. Yeah.
Hey guys, say hi. Dave, how you doing,
To remind me, how long have you been indulging in this craziness?
Since 2017.
Okay.
Really started.
Yeah.
I kind of heard about it like I think it was 2016.
Yeah.
And I sort of just brushed it off the first time I heard about it.
Free bumper sticker.
Are you a blue dot? Nice. Hey Ben, thanks for giving me the invite, man.
I'm so glad to have you here.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. You can come to the laser thing.
I'm thinking I might. It depends on. I got my buddy here with me, and we're just kind of doing our thing, whatever works out, I guess.
Well, I hope you can make it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Regardless of the outcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So how long is the distance you're looking at? Like 10, 15 miles or?
13.6 miles tonight.
That's good. That's good. And you've
The
done tests on this
20
lake
mile
before,
one,
right?
There's actually a place we couldn't do 20 miles. It requires him to hike for 2 hours over private property.
Yeah.
We just can't do that. And he doesn't have enough time to make it over there.
Yeah. And everybody's going to a hotel after this, or are you where are you at in this area?
I'm further north towards
Logan.
He wants to talk. Yeah, he said drawing. He's on. Get on to him.
Yeah, we're gonna have a drawing or something. Oh yeah, we'll do it before the test.
Tell him I get one.
Here's one for him right now for helping out.
All right, Dave. You guys have a good night.
See you, Dave.
Hey, Robert.
All right. Wow, the food's a lot more showing up here. I'm gonna check out this table real quick. All the propaganda. Can I see your shirt? The final variant is called communism. That's awesome. I know. Yep.
Where'd you get that shirt? Oh, yeah. Amazon?
I love that thing.
I want one. I need one too.
Man, I need to make me one of these.
Yeah, they're real easy.
See, this is the argument my brother and I are having. My brother refuses to accept.
Same with mine.
So
My family thinks I'm crazy.
He says the nail in the coffin for the globe
Yes.
is that there's light on the bottom of the clouds. I'm like, wait, if the sun is refracting downward, then the sunlight actually is going to be projected downward, or maybe the path of the light might hit the clouds last in the bottom.
Right.
So
The number one criticism with this one is it's radio lens, but it works really great for like these short-term demonstrations.
Do you know what it represents?
Yes,
It represents the water in the atmosphere.
yeah, I mean the water lens is just the same.
I did it with a fish tank.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I did the fish tank laser experiment, and I was able to make the sun set with the fish tank. And so there was no radial lens; it was just vertical.
Yeah, it's the same concept of like when you put a pencil in a cup of water, you can see it like shift or whatever. Yeah. So I was thinking a lot about it, and I was thinking light prisms. You know how it turns into a rainbow, basically. Like when you see the atmosphere changing colors as the sun light dissipates, you can see the different colors of the sunlight illuminating, pink, purples, oranges, peaches. You can see the different changes in the atmospheric conditions. And I'm starting to believe in the what do you call it? The field theory. So basically, it's the sunlight is being, or it's not even so much the light. It's the sun field is actually moving away, and then the fluorescing effect is gone once it is out of field.
Oh yeah.
So
I think I know what you're talking about.
so fluorescent lights are illuminated through electricity, right? It's a field.
Gases get ionized, and ionized gases, they glow at different colors according to their charge.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was the one on the atmospheres.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So where are you at? Are you in Utah or?
Yeah, I'm down in St. George.
Okay. Oh, so you came up? You came north?
Yeah.
I've been through St. George way back in the day when I went to Zion. That was like way back in the day. Yeah.
I'm actually over in Laverkin, which is
I came from Boise, so
cold.
five. Well, it's not as cold as here, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of weird how that happens, isn't it?
I know you go south and it's colder. Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Here you go. You got dot card?
I got this one. I didn't get the blue dot though.
There's blue dot.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Charlie. Lisa. Yeah, you too. I'm from Boise, Idaho. Everybody else is. Yeah. I know. It's pretty sad. It's like 5.5 hour drive. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to meet you guys that much. Yeah, tonight. It's just a weekend thing. So.
You're Lisa? Yeah. Okay, so I think I know you from Facebook. Brittany.
Wait, you're on Facebook?
Yes. No.
No.
I didn't recognize you. I know, I didn't either because I was like, I know kind of, but I didn't know. Yeah, it's very different.
I'm not paying attention to you guys. Oh. Call restaurant and light if it's thing. Yeah, thanks for coming in. I hope the live stream isn't too boring, but I'm just meeting people. Sky, what's up, man? And I'm Charlie. Yeah.
You know, I'm from San Francisco.
You didn't come out from there, are you?
Yeah.
Did you?
So I've been out here for a little bit, and then Matt hit me up on the app. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
We're from Idaho.
Okay.
We drove from Boise today.
Oh, how far did that drive?
3.5 or 5.5 hours. Yeah. Nice little weekend getaway.
Yeah. So how long have you been here? About a month. Well, actually, a little over a month. I'm thinking about moving out here. It's beautiful out here, isn't it? Yeah.
It's quite a change from San Francisco.
Yeah, that's the problem. San Francisco, man. It's just not cutting it right now. No.
Well, hopefully you own something you can sell there. That would be like a big chunk of change, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Idaho's not bad though.
Did you stop by Boise area yet, or?
I haven't, but I know a lot of people moving out that way.
There's a lot of Californians moving there for sure. I'm one of them, so.
You moved from California?
Yeah, Southern California.
How could you?
I know. I destroyed Idaho's ecosystem. No.
Mass exodus from California.
It is.
I would do it too.
So you guys come out here for this meetup. Yeah. I've been looking forward to it, man. It's nice to be around like some thinkers.
Yeah. Hey, look at. Use your brain right here. All right.
Forbes. Okay.
It's Forbes, but yeah.
Forbes.
My last name's Forbes.
Okay.
So it's just a little play on words there.
So you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Still up? Hasn't been taken down yet?
I've had 2 strikes in one sitting before, but that was the worst.
I can do that.
They're just giving me a little, like, if you get one more, you got to scale it back a little bit.
I want you always on edge.
Now, I have to admit, I kind of did scale it back a little bit. But,
In Utah?
no, F-year.
Basically, yeah.
I say basically, too.
My standpoint, basically, I don't know what it is, but I just don't believe that it's what they tell me it is.
I'm on that page for sure.
Yeah.
There's different theories out there. I've been through it all with Eric DeBay and Jaredison, all that stuff. I'm really into retarded surfing.
Yeah.
Like, yo, there was somebody here before us, the advanced people. They knew what was going on.
So
Yeah.
My special thing that I like to learn more and more about is
Can you guys hear what's going on, or is it just kind of jumbled?
It could be, it's a tool. It's for getting that. I don't need that.
Right. I forgot your name. What was your name again? Chrisana. Chrisana. Are you from here?
Las Vegas.
Oh, that's right. I think we talked about this already.
I was staying there in Las Vegas for a while. Oh, yeah. Crazy. Yep.
Yeah. I lived in Laughlin. Does that count? That was like the butthole of Nevada, to be honest with you. No, I was there for 2 years of my life that I'll never be able to get back. Yeah. I mean, it's no place to grow up, I'll tell you that. Even Vegas has more to do. Like, I mean, Laughlin's just, it's way hotter than everywhere I've ever been. It's like 125, like on a normal average summer day. It's kind of out. Yeah, Colorado, yeah. But
That was actually one of the best times I ever had in Vegas, was taking a jet ski down Colorado River.
yeah, that's fun. I used to go to Lake Mojave. There's like these little jumping cliffs. You can run and just like jump off like a 12-foot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I would never do it now, but I did it a lot when I was younger. So,
Live streaming?
yeah, I mean, it's probably boring as heck, but there's people still here.
Yeah.
So, I'm just wanting to, I don't know, act like I'm doing my part.
Right.
So, I'm not as best as it's been, though. You just are a hard-working guy when it comes to this stuff.
Not as hard working as I used to be. This COVID thing just took the steam out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The nonsense, the persecution, the tyranny.
Dude,
You just wonder you're gonna have a job next week.
I'm telling you, like, my job doors slammed shut, but I freaking started my business. See, this is the Illuminati symbol right here, with it's burning. I'm burning it.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that was kind of unintentional, but that's kind of how I. But this is my business.
Nice.
Dryer on fire.
Is it moving?
Dude, I'm doing great.
Good.
I'm about to hire 2 more people probably.
Oh, maybe I'll have to get a job from you.
No, if you want, I'm gonna franchise out this way. So this is a business venture right now, so I can write it off.
Very good.
I'll franchise
You just
this way.
had a business discussion. It's all legit.
That's right.
I have a master's in tax.
So I can get some legal advice from you if I ever need it. All right. Actually, I do have a lot of questions about tax, unfortunately. My first year in business, and oh man, I'm in trouble right now. Apparently, you have to save up a lot of money in order to, pay taxes.
The home office, that's the key. That whole floor of your house is dedicated to your office.
Yeah.
Pays 25% of your rent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the internet. That's good.
Yeah. Owning a business is your own, my own, ticket out of the system in some way. Granted, I'm just waiting for the government to do their lockdowns again and say you can't freaking operate your business. It's freaking stupid.
It's probably coming. What version of virus are we on now?
Omnitron or something. I forget what it's called. It sounds like some cyborg. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it's a freaking joke. I can't even believe that. I mean, they say it could be a risk. So that's how they present it in the media.
Well, the thing is, it just came out, right? And then Pfizer just said, oh, you need the third shot to... But how do they know?
Yeah.
How do they know the third shot's going to be good for this variant?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm glad to know that we're all on the same page around here.
Everything they tell us, 99.9% are a bunch of lies. What is this kid? I think 4:30.
Hey Ben, remember when I made that video that I got COVID or whatever? So I am in the camp that there is something that makes you sick, but I think that it is amplified, and I think it is. I think that there's a new strain. The new strain, you know what I'm saying, that is making people more sick.
It's possible. I'm still in the, I'm not saying I'm 100% confident by far, but I think it's all fake. I think it's psychosomatic.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because before I get a flu, I had a flu a
Oh,
few
yeah.
years ago,
I've got
106 degrees, feeling like I'm dying.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had that now, what would I tell everybody? Oh, COVID's real. I would say it with a straight face. I'd say it's real.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's just happened. There's so many, nasty flu. You get nasty flu, and all of a sudden, oh, COVID's real. It's psychological. Right. You've heard it 1,000, 10,000 times. That's why I still think it's all of it. I don't think there's, but is it possible that they invented some weapon strain, biological weapon? Yes. I would say yes, that's possible. But I'm still on the other side.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that where you're at? Yeah, I mean, what was I going to say? I think. Shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. Along the same line, because people see, everyone has been so brainwashed. Not us, but when you feel a little cough, even us. Yeah. When people feel a little sick, they don't say, "Oh, I'm coming down with the flu. I have a little cold." They're like, "I'm gonna go test for COVID," because we've been so brainwashed.
You're reminding me. So when I said I was going to cancel, my wife, my son had a croupy cough. So we're like, oh, we call up my brother-in-law who's a PA, and she sent him a video of his croupy cough. And he's like, oh, that sounds like croup. You should go get a steroid or whatever. So we ended up, or she went to primary health or whatever. And yeah, so what happened is the nurse was like, so is he up to date on his vac? And I'm on a live stream. I don't want to say too much, but is he up to date? And she's like, no. And they're like, has he had any vaccines? No. And the nurse was like, what? She was just awestruck. And then my wife kind of got scared, like they're gonna freaking call CPS on me. And the doctor comes in. They had a little thing in there that said my son's name on it. That was a COVID test, and we were like, nope, we're not gonna comply. It's like, even if he does have, see, my son is 1.
I'm not a violent person, but they're coming with those needles. I'm gonna break out some heavy artillery on them.
Yeah, my son is 1. So I don't know. Geert Vanden Bosch. He's like an immunologist or whatever. He basically says kids are having an inert immune system, which basically says that they kind of do a shotgun approach to viruses. So they don't have any like T cell type thing where it knows how to effectively kill a virus. So the inflammation effect that people get is actually the immune system fighting against something, but kids don't have that same immune response. So really what is ultimately happening is whatever the body's responding to is an immune response. It's like an autoimmune disease that's killing people. It's not necessarily, this virus, quote unquote. So, and that's why kids aren't as affected, because of their inert immune system. I don't know if that's true. It sounds legit, right?
I've learned one thing from Flat Earth: question everything.
Yes.
I'm skeptical about anything that appears on the media, anything that appears in mainstream literature, anything. It's like, oh, I don't know about that. Dinosaurs? No, I'm not going there.
Well, dude, honestly, I have not been in that camp yet.
BS in our house.
Really? I'm going to have to look into that more, because honestly, that whole Eric Dubay thing, I just kind of dismissed it, because I've done a lot of research about dinosaurs growing up, and I kind of use that as the dragon, thing.
Maybe, again, but, okay, so when you go over the point of the mountain, there's a dinosaur museum. I used to go there all the time, over there in Idaho. I love that place. But I went in there every time. I never saw a sign that said, by the way, these are all fake replicas of bones.
Yeah.
I've been in many
They're
museums.
never real, yeah.
Never said.
They're all
these
cast.
Are all fake replicas of bones.
I actually worked, yeah. Yeah.
You can head to the seat. We need to make sure
I worked with a curator that made bones.
So why would they do that? Why not be honest about it? Because they want you to believe in it.
Yeah.
So that's whenever something like that, a narrative like that, with surrounded by lies, you've got about the roadblocks.
Yeah. So are you going to be presenting here, or?
I don't know how much time. I had so many things I had to say, and I ended up writing something last night, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm probably going to just sit back here. Yeah. All right. We're getting started.
Okay, come on, take your seats. Make sure everybody's comfortable. Do we have enough for everybody? Sure. We have some more up front. Some scattered around. We're all friendly, but if you need to. So I am Flat Matt. I was the one who organized this. So excited. This is just our Utah Flat Earth Meetup, and we had one almost exactly a year ago today. Who was at the meetup last time? Raise the hands. Okay, we're gonna get some of these beanies from David Weissau. So, who was here last time that's here again? Right there, we got one. I was here. Oh, you were there? Who else was here? In the back, Randy? Pass that one back to Randy. Okay, now we have some more beanies to give away. So, I was gonna let everybody take an opportunity to introduce yourself. And that was when I thought we might have 30 or 40 people here. So I don't know exactly how many we have, maybe 70, 80 right now, which is just fantastic. So we're going to do a little get to know you so that, we might not have a chance to interact with everybody. But anybody from Utah County, raise your hand. Okay, so let's look around. You can see who else is from Utah County who might be good to connect with. Who's from Salt Lake County? Probably a bunch of you from Salt Lake. Look around. Salt Lake County, grab each other's numbers. Who is from Weber or Davis County up north? We got quite a few that made the drive. Thank you for making the drive. Who is from further away than that? Who's from Cache County? Down south, what do we have? Who's from further south than like Nephi? We got quite a few that drove up from. Where are you guys from?
Texas.
Where'd you drive from?
San Pete.
San Pete. Where'd you drive from?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Awesome. Wow. St. George. So, I mean, just Utah. This is just the people who found out about it, who have the app. I probably got, I'm going to say 10 to 15 people who just today were sick, car trouble, got called into work, that sort of thing. So,
I'm from Arizona. If it wasn't for him, I would be here. He individually took time to message everybody in dots in Arizona, Vegas, all these places. He took all his time doing that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Away a few more hats while I did that. I forgot. Who's from Salt Lake County? Oh, there she is. What else should we get hats for? Oh, Texas? Yeah. Well, St. George definitely deserves. You guys want a hat? Whoever Texas knows.
Is this the real Infinite Plane Society?
Yeah, hold on. Our Seattle people come. There were 4 people from Seattle. Are they here yet? They told me they probably get here in about 5.
They bought those out of his pocket.
One of their flights was delayed, so they were going to get here a little bit late. Can someone hand this back to my friend from Las Vegas? Who can do it for me?
I'll do it. I'll go with you.
San Francisco, you want to have? And this is San Francisco.
Where's San Francisco?
Right here.
Awesome.
At the chicken table, there's some stickers, bumper stickers. It doesn't say I'm a flat earther. It says, are you a blue dot? And what that means is anybody else who's a blue dot will know what it means. It's a code. You guys get it? All right. Who is new to flat earth in the last 6 months? You already wear a beanie. I know you use one. Over here, she's new. You want a beanie? Awesome. Okay, by the raise of hands, in the last 6 months you were new to flat earth? Okay. Who joined, let's say, in last year? That's kind of the idea. Okay. So that would have been 2020? Okay. Keep your hands up. If you were before 2019, everybody who's 2019 or before, you're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of the curve. Keep your hands up if you're before 2018. I don't remember. 2017. 2019. 2016. Man, I was January 2015. Everybody? You guys want a hat? Who else? You want a hat? All right. Those are the last of our hats. And then I'm a psychology mind, so this is maybe just for my own personal curiosity. But I was wanting to know if the moon landings, that was one of the things that brought you into flat Earth. Pardon me?
It was the first obstacle I had to get through.
One of the big things that brought you into flat Earth. 9/11.
That was, yeah.
Those are the, for me, when I am brave enough to talk about flat Earth to someone new, you guys know what I'm talking about. I usually will kind of test the waters. And, hey, did you think they really landed that rover on the moon? And they're like, oh yeah, they drove a buggy on the moon. I'm like, all right, I'll steer clear of that. Mine was more of a false flag shooting.
Yep.
And then because we're in Utah, I'm just curious. I just wanted to ask, religion, or is anyone LDS? Is that a big part of the group here? LDS background. Really complicated. I totally get it. What about just like Christian non-LDS background? Okay, that seems to be the majority here. And are there any other awesome religions that are being represented?
Pagan.
Pagan?
New Age, probably.
Just started.
What was that? The New Age, did you say?
I'm not.
Jeranism.
Yeah, I'm just standing on the sidelines here.
Okay. Jewish, Christian. Awesome. Okay, so you guys have heard enough about me. We're going to have a couple little, I was calling them flat Earth awakening stories that we're going to go through. So first I'll turn the time over to Belinda. So give her a round of applause.
Yay!
So yeah, we asked a couple people to just share a really brief conversion story. So mine was a year ago in December, and I had a friend who was a flat earther who I'd met for my first flat earther friend about 6 months before that. And for me, I was always awake to 9/11. COVID woke me up to a new level of like, before that, I had kind of watched movies. I'm like, why is there evil people in the movies who are out to take over the world, but not in real life? It's weird. And then COVID happened. I was like, oh, there are evil people. Okay, it all adds up now. So that like kind of took me to a different level of reality. And you know, my friend Aaron was a flat earther, and he's really outward about it. He's really posting about it. I wish he was here. But I was like, well, I'm awake to COVID and I'm awake to 9/11, but I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those flat earth people. And like that was my attitude, but I never argued because I don't argue about things I don't know anything about the other side. So I just kind of left it alone until, you know, he'd invited me to a Flat Earth Facebook group, and I was like, oh, I'm always interested in hearing the ideas. I'm sure there's some logic. Otherwise, people wouldn't believe in it. And then someone posted the 36 proofs of Flat Earth video. I don't know how many people have seen it. But I was watching it, and I'm going along, and I'm like, no. It's already hard enough with the whole COVID thing. It's already hard. I'm already weird enough. I don't want to know this. This sucks. So, anyway, by the end, and then kind of the crux of it is the curvature equation for me is like so ridiculous. So, you know. So I joined a pool of logical people. And then I just spent the next month kind of like learning about weather patterns, and there's a cool website that shows you all the airplane patterns, and there's one that shows the weather. And
People are having fun, it looks like.
And it's kind of like trying to, and I'm still trying to figure out, I still don't know what the moon is completely. I'm trying to, it's like hard to find different theories on it. Apparently before COVID it was easy to find videos, and now it's really hard to listen to news. That's my story.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
What was your first name? Joseph. Okay, so now we have this lovely couple in front with the twins, and they came. Let's give them a round of applause.
Coincidence. I know Belinda from a couple of years ago from the same choir that we sang in Salt Lake City. And I walked in, I saw her face, and I'm like, I knew I'd see someone that I recognized or from the past. It seems like it's a small world. But I've always been of a political mind, and I've always kept up with current events, things like that. And I remember being about 9 years old when the Twin Towers came down, and then WTC-7 came down as well. I remember being a little kid and not understanding how it's possible for a building like that to fall.
You're welcome, my ADR.
Straight down after 2 planes hit them. I just didn't understand. I always had friends that say, oh, jet fuel, all that stuff. But I remember also looking at the moon landing and being like, that is like Star Wars looked 10 times better than that. And then Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey looked 100 times better than that. And it was funny, I listened to a guy, Sam Tripoli, anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Hats?
Yep.
He's amazing. He's funny. He's a weird dude, but he kept bringing up flat Earth crap. At the time, I was like, what is he bringing this up? I look in the comments and see what people are saying, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna
Can you hear it okay?
disprove it and send a message to Sam and say, you gotta stop, man, you gotta stop. And every video I looked at, I'm like, holy crap, what's going on? And my wife, I didn't tell her for at least 2 months. I'm like,
Joseph, how long ago was that?
That was probably in May. Of
This
May.
May?
Of this year. And I knew that all the COVID stuff was bull crap. I knew the government's bull crap for a long time, but when I started researching it more and more and more, and I tried to not look at anyone who was teaching flat Earth. I tried to look at people who were debunking, and every answer they gave was this is a similar answer for people saying, well, you got to wear a mask to prevent someone else from getting it. You got to do it for them or whatever. It's like they're using illogical things to try to prove or debunk the reality of the world. And so after I told Sophia, she took about a week to figure it out, and then basically it's been all uphill since then. So anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
So we are going to have a little demonstration by Chad Davis right now. He said that he's been working on this flat Earth proof that he hasn't heard anywhere else. So give it up for Chad. Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for coming. Wow, from so far distances. This is amazing. My name is Chad Davis. I've been a flat earther since 2014 when Mark Sargent ruined my life. and this could be a total disaster, or it could be something cool. I have not seen anyone talk about this idea. By show of hands, how many people know what a parabolic curve is? Okay. So for those that don't, 100% when every rocket goes up, whether it's SpaceX or NASA, they go up and they form a curve, right? Okay. Oh yeah. They never go straight up, right? Just like the satellite never points straight up, to catch the satellite. Anyway, so I was thinking about this, when Ben, he's the king of long distance testing. And I've been doing some testing myself in my P1000. And when we show the results of our tests, the blue daughters come back with, well, you're just so small. You're like a little ant, and it's so long, right? They say, well, even though we live on a ball, it's just too long. You can't, how can you say something like that? Anyway, then I got thinking about the parabolic curve. And to those that don't know what it is or whatever, go home and Google parabolic curve so you can get that into your mind. Every single rocket does it. What it does is it comes up, and then the reason that they give is that, well, we can't just shoot a rocket out in outer space. We have to follow the curvature of the Earth, and then slingshot on out, right? But when you look at any image of any parabolic curve, sure, it looks grand and it goes up and it goes down into the, anyway. Yeah. Even if it didn't go down, let's pretend that they actually go into outer space. Visually, looking at it, looking at the distance, looking at the actual flight path, it's about like that. And I think I'm right, because if indeed the blue daughters come back and say, no, you're a little teeny ant living on a huge ball, and there's no way that your P1000 will detect the curve. When you look at the images of the parabolic curve, a lot of them are kind of like that. Some of them are like that. Either way, it's like you're on the putting green, and it's just a little putt. If indeed it was a parabolic curve and everything was as NASA claims it is, we would not see any kind of a bend. We would see maybe just like that. It would just go up like that, looking at the distance. And that's the idea I have. Does that resonate with people that know the parabolic curve? Yay, cool. Awesome sauce. Thank you.
I'm sure there's so much knowledge in this room that we could just take a whole week and just party, right? Next, we're going to hear from Kyle Adams. He has an awesome YouTube channel. Oh, yeah, there you go. Sorry. And he is with the Flat Earth Institute of Science is the name of the group. And he has awesome videos. he's all about collaboration. So I don't know. I used to enjoy some of those heated debates that I would go watch, but honestly, I'd much rather work with somebody. Kyle's great with that. So we're gonna turn the time over to Kyle and let's hear from him. Round of applause.
Yeah, Kyle.
Heavenly Father, please help me speak. I stutter a lot, and you know it. Yeah. Especially when I get nervous.
You're good. You got this.
I just have to say, this is an absolute dream come true to see so many of you here in Utah, of all places. When I first started this, I was thinking, I'd have to go fly all the way up to South Carolina to go see all this, but it can happen here, and it's just amazing. My name is Kyle Adams. I run the Flat Earth Institute of Science. I started this whole thing back in 2018. Actually, that's when I became a flat earther. It took me a little while longer before. I actually started my YouTube channel. I started my YouTube channel watching a whole bunch of other videos, and with some people, they're like 3 hours long. It's like, oh, that's really long. I just want to do something nice and short and just get straight to the point, and that way people could actually talk to people about it. You know what I mean? And say, oh, there's this one point I want to make, and I don't want you to have to sit through 3 hours in order to see it. And so that's kind of what got me to it. And that, and I really just got tired of saying the same thing over and over and over again to different people. And so like, I'm just going to record it once, and then every time I can just say, hey, I got a video about that. See that. And I'm a very visual person who I enjoy showing people pictures of different things. And so I'm a little out of sorts because I don't have pictures, but that's okay. So I was going to say, so I've got to be, I just got to ask, how many of you are actually flat earthers versus investigators?
Good question. Good question. Yeah. How many heard?
How many out of all you for flat earthers? Just say flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
Forever. All right. Okay.
Wait, who isn't? Who isn't?
Like who's investigating?
Wow. I need investigators.
So you're sure you're
You're an investigator.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I keep my mind open.
One thing I always want to be very, very good about is always being nice to everyone. There's way too much fighting and bickering, especially online. I like to think about like road rage or something like that. With some people who are really sensitive on things, and it's really easy for people to lose their tempers over that, and it's really important that we don't do that. So that's one thing I really strive to do with my channel is distinguish myself in that way and trying to be really kind to everyone. And so I either talk to the anti-flat earthers out there, like Mr. Sensible and MC Tune, who they have a reputation for being pretty cruel and mean to different flat earthers, but I really want to do my best to put an end to that and to set an example among both sides and try to work towards that common ground among people. So, how many of you guys found out about this through the Flat Earth Clock app?
The what?
Flat Earth Clock app. Oh, okay. So
This right here?
Yeah. How'd you find out about this event right here?
Oh, Flat Earth. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a few of them. I'm actually surprised that most of you didn't find out about that through the Clock app, which is really cool. Yeah. The Flat Earth Clock app is just a really amazing resource when it comes to getting the word out. Out here in St. George, there was just like 20 people, 20 blue dots on the map. And it's like, oh, wow, we got to get together. And I met Steve over here just in person one time. And was like, wow, that was really cool. We got to get everyone together. And then right after that, they came out with the broadcast feature. So I just clicked on the little broadcast button in the corner. We're meeting at the St. George Iceberg on this day at this time. And people showed. We had like 7 people other than my family. So yeah, it was really cool to see so many people show up just from all over the place. It was so easy to do. It just felt like it was like hardly any
I'm not giving up.
people actually did show up. And when I did that, I actually sent the word out to a lot of different people, not just through the podcast. I went and I found like all the little towns and suburbs in my area, And I sent the word out to each of them and said, hey, we're doing a meet and greet. Investigators are welcome. Come check it out. And I got a lot of laughs and a lot of trolls. And the funny thing is, all the trolls, they never came to it. So I had no idea what to expect. And that was the scariest part. Am I just is this gonna be a total troll fest or something or what? And but no, it wasn't. It was actually really cool. And I think one of the more remarkable parts about it is when I got there, like every person there, it was like I met you somewhere before. Seriously, it was like I met you somewhere before. It felt like long lost family members. It was like, wow. Yeah, and that was like a really remarkable experience for me right there. I think it works that way with so many of you, even here. So yeah, and that's one of the fun, really fun things about that. And it's like I said, it's all a really big miracle. So yeah, when I first started looking into this, like before, a lot of the things that I learned in school, like geography and geology and astronomy, like I went and did that in college, and I went and did that in high school, and I passed, but I didn't care. It was really boring to me. It's like if you've seen the Truman Show, the kid goes up to his teacher and says, "I want to be an explorer like the Great Magellan," and the teacher pulls down the map. Oh, there's no point in doing that. It's all been explored already. And so it was like, yeah, that's kind of a buzzkill right there, and it kind of takes away that sense of wonder. And so all of a sudden, when I started to learn about the flat Earth, I think a big part of it was it became so much more easy for me after my whole confidence in the government and NASA was just utterly shattered, blown away. Seeing groundhogs on Mars, what? It was crazy. So yeah, when after seeing stuff like that, it's just like, okay, I've got to find out more. I've got to find out more. It was just I couldn't get enough of it after when it came to looking for evidence. I've got to test everything and see for myself. And I think that's one of the real fun things about my YouTube channel is so much of this stuff just falls out of nowhere. It's just like the windows of heaven open and just fall right into my lap. And yeah, it's amazing just doing that. There's some help beyond the veil with this happening. Starting a YouTube channel with this, sometimes you think, oh, you need all this money to do that. You don't. One person I'm following, her name is Jackie, and she's, I think, out in the Cambridge area. And she does there's a flat Earth YouTube channel, and all she has is a phone. That's all it takes. Just write up a few things about your observations, and she just does her phone channel about it. It's super simple. If you want coaching for this, I am more than willing to help you out and in getting a YouTube channel going. If you want to. I understand it's kind of a big thing because you're kind of getting your face out there, and it takes some bravery to do that. And there's a lot of trolls out there who beat you up, and so it takes a lot of strength to be able to stare them down and say, "Hey, relax." So I was going to say that one of the interesting things about this is, as I look back throughout my life, I feel like there's been some healthy preparation for this. I've learned at a young age I need to pay attention to my dreams. Sometimes dreams happen. As I said, this is a dream come true. And just last week I had a dream I was up here naked and okay, I'm safe. I'm safe. But in a way, I really am. I'm bearing my soul to you. You know my name. I'm Kyle Adams. This is not just a screen name. This isn't anything else like that. I'm getting very real with you. I'm telling you about my personal things throughout my life. And so I'm bearing my soul to you in that way. And so, yeah, it was dreams end up meaning things. I don't know how many times in my life I've had the dream of peeling back wallpaper in my house. And all of a sudden, there's something there. There's a whole other room here. And all of a sudden, I go down to the wall, and I find secret underground tunnels with ancient, all kinds of ancient like ruins and just like in my backyard, all over the place. But normally like very local to my house. And just, I can't tell you how many times I've had that dream throughout my life. And all of a sudden, this is it. I pull back, the cover, and there's something hidden here. And it's a really exciting thing, and that just kind of gets me on a roll and makes me want to tear all the drywall out of my house and find out what's hidden there. And so, it works that way with Flat Earth as well. And I think back to another dream I had way back when I was in high school. And there's a very vivid dream. I was flying on the back of a griffin. Okay? Flying on the back of a griffin through the air, and I'm shooting pencils with a bow, like arrows. Okay? Shooting pencils with a bow like arrows. And as I look down below, I see all these clouds, and through the clouds I see a large city. And this whole large city all of a sudden just tumbles to the ground. And I was like, wow, that's an interesting dream. So I drew a picture about it. I'll have to share the picture and post it on my community page because it's pretty cool. But and this whole city just crumbles to the ground. And I was just like, oh, that was a fun dream. Didn't think a whole lot of it. I didn't quite understand it back then. But as time goes on, wow, that dream meant something. I'm flying around on what people think of, something
mythological creature.
Mythical model, I guess you could say. A lot of people just think, oh, Flat Earth is a myth. But it's not. Then shooting pencils with a bow, that's like shooting my ideas, shooting my thoughts. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just sharing them out there with the world. Yeah, it's really fascinating. And so one of the things I really enjoy doing, I've got so much content out there, I can't get enough of it done. I call it my log jam. I've got so many ideas for videos coming in, and I just don't have enough time to get them all out. So much coming in and not very much coming out. And so that's where I really want to do my best to help other people to start their channels, because everyone has a story, and you're all here for a reason. Nothing's by mistake. I've seen a lot of experiences throughout my life prepare me for this moment.
Hey,
and, yes?
What about like you took your channel and then you contacted one of us and like on your channel like talk to one of like do little clips of
interviews. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And so I'm going to be interviewing Jackie next month here. She said just wait till after the holidays. But I'm really trying to do that. I want to get more and more interviews out so other people can share their story. I really want to help promote their channels, and so that's one of the reasons why I did the top 10 Flat Earthers list. And so my list actually goes on way beyond the top 10. I did the top 10 most influential Flat Earth channels on YouTube, and then after that I did the top 10 most influential female Flat Earthers on YouTube. And there's so many other topics I can get into. But my list goes on to like 130 now, or beyond that actually. And it's just, it's fun watching that list grow continually. But I was saying I really want to do my best to help guide you guys and get things started, because it's not just me. I'm not the only one who's experienced these kind of things.
Yes, I watched you on YouTube the other day with an interview with a guy, and what was his name? I don't know.
There's Mr. Sensible that I just recently did.
It was just recent, yeah.
Yeah, he was the anti-Flat Earther I went and talked to, and I was really trying to promote just common ground.
You did a good job.
Yeah,
You didn't get really mean or nothing.
yeah, and he agreed with everything I taught in my first lesson. And that's because I made the focus on looking for common ground. When people start to look for the things that we disagree with, then that ends up getting into the downward death spiral. Where, oh, well, I disagree with that. I know I disagree with that. But common ground that's the building blocks. You find the common ground, something that we both agree upon, and then you build on that. Okay, well, if you understand this, then do you understand this as well? And so we kind of work one upon the other. And so that was kind of one of the things with my YouTube channel is with Facebook, that's where that was a huge resource for me when it came to finding out about the truth, especially with the YouTube algorithm change and everything, and how they really made it difficult to find information on that.
Is there censoring of Flat Earth on YouTube?
There's a lot of censoring. You can still find it, but like when you type in flat Earth on YouTube, all of the anti-flat Earthers are still on first. And so they really cater to them. They got the little Wikipedia banner out there that says, "Oh, flat Earth is debunked by scientifically debunked." Yeah, it's really funny. And so they say that there's two things that we talk about. One is, oh, well, let's look at lunar eclipses, and oh, let's look at boats on the horizon. And I've gone to it, and I've totally crashed boats on the horizon. Boats on the horizon is the reason why they sink. And so I think, yeah, we learn, it's not just being able to see too far, but it's also understanding, because I do acknowledge that sometimes boats do appear to sink on the horizon, just like cities sometimes appear to sink on the horizon, just like mountains sometimes appear to sink on the horizon. But it's all about understanding why they appear to sink on the horizon. And so, and that's what I really try to get into and teach people about the effects of the atmosphere and about how atmospheric refraction can cause the light to bend downward. And so, one of the big foundational points that I make is I did a fish tank laser experiment. And in this fish tank laser experiment, I got the light to refract downward. And every globe out there says, oh, well, downward refracting light is going to cause the image to appear higher. And you know what? I agree with them. It does cause the image on the end to appear higher. The entire boat itself, the horizon itself, it all appears higher. Right? And so I am the first to agree with them that that does happen. However, that boat appeared to be sinking at the same time too, and that's the thing that they have a hard time acknowledging.
I'll see if I can ask him in here.
Except one, because that's kind of what's their whole thing. But all of a sudden, that boat appearing to sink, that's something. It's really difficult for a lot of them out there. Yeah, but it's there to see it. It's really plain as day. And so my fish tank was limited in range, so I couldn't get to sink all the way. But if that fish tank was longer, I would be able to get that boat to completely pull out of view. And so it's a really fascinating observation. So it's a lot of people like to say that's the number one thing. One of the number one things that a lot of people point to when it comes to proving the globe Earth. Boats appear to sink on the horizon. Yeah. So that goes that one. And I've got more about the lunar eclipses. There's a lot about that that's really fun. I've got some content coming out really soon. One of the things I really wanted to point out with that is you look at the shadow of the moon, right? And so I haven't released this video yet, but I'm giving you a treat and giving you a big spoiler. Okay? You take two balls, right? And you have one ball, and you cast the shadow of one ball into the other ball, right? And you look at the shadow, and it's not a perfect circle. It actually bends a little bit on the side. It's got to bend around the ball upward. You take that shadow, you compare that shadow to the shadow of, you put a plate on the ground, okay, like a flat surface, right? And then you toss the shadow of a ball onto a flat surface. And there's a difference between the shadow on a ball versus the shadow on a curved surface. There's a noticeable difference. You take those observations and you look at them, and it's crazy because the moon looks like the shadow. It looks more like a flat surface than it does on the ball. And so I'm not saying that the moon is flat or anything like that. It could be, but I don't think so. But it tells me a little bit about what's going on with the shadow. There's something else going on here. And whether there is, one of the things I want to study on this, and that's just all a big adventure here. One of the things I really want to study on this is about the, I got the word already, polarity. Because the sun, it's a polarized light through the atmosphere, and bees actually depend on that for navigation. It's really cool. But we'll save that for another video in the future. But there's so many mysteries about this. It's just really, really fun to look into. It's just an ongoing thing. It's
no problem.
An obsession of mine, I guess you could say. But one thing that people like to say, why is this so important? Why is the shape of the Earth so important? And if the Earth wasn't important, you can ask them, well, why do you think NASA is spending so much money trying to indoctrinate 2-year-olds
about the shape of the Earth. It's really important to them. Okay? And as I've looked into it, it's really important to us as well. It just covers a lot of truth, and that's kind of an important thing in discovery. But out of the whole flat Earth movement, okay, the two things I kind of hope to see in the future because of it, as a positive result. One, okay, the flat Earth movement is going to be a huge thing when it comes to the government. Okay? We don't trust the government. The government it's way too corrupt. It's got way too many problems. The flat Earth movement becomes really big. It's going to mean massive changes for our government. Okay? It's going to mean holding the government accountable for a lot of things, and we're not going to be voting for people who we don't trust. Okay? There's going to be some massive changes, and that's what I really hope to see in the future because of the flat Earth. I think the other thing that I want to see is more a stronger foundation in our educational system. Our educational system has way too many "trust me, bro" statements where they make claims and then they don't state any reason why we should believe that claim. They don't show you any kind of observations to support it. They just say, "This is so because my textbook says so," and that needs to change. We need to have sources that come out and say, "This is so because of this observation. This observation explains it to me." And that's one of the fun things I'm doing on my channel is I'm actually reading through just a typical high school textbook and pointing out all of the many, many instances that go and make these "trust me, bro" statements. And it's crazy just how many of them there are. And so that's one thing I would love to see change in the future as a result of the product. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
If you haven't gone to Kyle's YouTube, it's awesome. I've started watching those. He just reads through the textbook, and you see where the indoctrination really begins, and that's been really helpful. So thank you, Kyle.
Hey, can I ask one quick? I have a subscriber that's asking if we can share your videos on their channel.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So you can mirror them. Okay.
Okay. Well, I know that we can all smell the food, and we're getting excited. We are going to hear from Taboo Conspiracy. So come on up, Taboo.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. My name is Ben, and I am a flat earther.
Yeah, it's like an AA meeting.
Last time we had, 12 people or something? Yeah, there were 20. Yeah, this is awesome. So thank you, Matt. And thanks to David Weiss, if you can hear me. But he gave us all these free goodies. Don't forget to hand out the hot sauce, too. Oh, I forgot about that. But anyway, so this is a fascinating path that we've all been on. And, my path started in about 2015. But it took me about 6 months before I called myself a flat earther. I mean, I really loved the world. I loved space. I loved it all. I thought NASA was full of the smartest people in the world. And now I realize it's a bunch of con artists. It's the craziest thing to go through that change. And for me, my wife could attest to this. I loved astronomy. I loved, Einstein. I loved all of that. I have all the books. But to find out, when I went out there to that lake and I saw my wife carrying that mirror up to the shore's edge and set it down, and I filmed her 6 miles away with my camera right here, it was over for me because I'm sorry, but there's a problem there. And there is absolutely no curvature over that water. And I've spent, anybody who follows my channel, I've done so many tests or linked to other people's tests, and it's just. We've gotten up to almost near 30 miles now from the laser to camera across water. And there should be, I think the last one was like 270 feet of curvature. 270 feet? I mean, it's absolutely, water does not bend with this magical force they call gravity. It was a harsh reality, but it is our reality. The world is flat. But
You're welcome.
We're going to be going out to the lake today to do this laser test. Anyone going to come? Yeah.
I think so.
Well, anyway, it's supposed to be so much 75 feet. I have to be 75 feet high to see Robert Scott's laser. we got to thank Robert Scott. He already had to leave because he's got to make the drive over to the south side of Utah Lake. But my wife and I were just talking about this on the way here. I actually don't think it's 76, 75 feet in this curvature. What the issue is it would actually be much more under the globe. And nobody talks about this because I haven't quite mathematically gotten a good foundation on this. But because when you look at the globe, they'll have a circle right here. They'll have one person here, and then they'll tell you what the curvature drop is and how much is supposed to be missing behind the curvature. But this is the orthographic view. But in reality, when you look at perspective, things shrink in the distance. But if this globe in the middle does not shrink, and the person over here does continue to shrink as they get further away, as perspective requires, that calculator is way off. It should actually be near, I think, somewhere around 250 feet below the horizon. So it's one of those fascinating things. I've been working on that. I'm hoping someday some mathematician can help me out to get the actual formula of what it would really be. But first, I don't want to waste all your time and everything because I'm hungry too. But anyways, wonderful to meet everybody. If you have any questions, I had a big long speech, but I'm going to save it and just make a video on it. So,
yeah.
Taboo Conspiracy 3, I think.
Yeah.
Why is everybody they wiped me out a couple times. I don't know what I do. It must be all profanity on my channel.
Can we open it up to a few questions?
Oh yeah, let's do a few questions. Are you open to that?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, so I'm at 95.3 FM. So the quick question. So when I look at the moon, apparently I've heard that it's 233,000 miles a year. If that's the case, I must have really good eyes, right? Because I can see little divots and things in the moon. But if I were to stand on the top of Mount Ben Lomond in the North Ogden, and on a clear day look out maybe 150 miles, I can't quite make out the details of things that I see on the moon.
Yes.
So can you help me in my train of thinking here?
Well, I can give you because I'll be honest, I've been on this debate for a long time. I've heard it all through both sides. So the other side would say, well, wait a second, you're looking through more atmosphere because you're lower towards the ground. But looking up, you're not looking through as much atmosphere. But the moon, to me, is, I don't know what the moon is. But it doesn't prove it. But like Kyle was mentioning the lunar eclipse, for example. They have the stellium, where the moon and the sun are both up above the horizon at the same time, and there's a lunar eclipse. That's a problem. It is geometrically impossible. The other facts are like, for instance, an eclipse shadow, a sphere on a sphere does not create a rounded shadow like you see with the lunar eclipse. Or with the solar eclipse, for example, the moon's shadow is only 60 miles across as it goes across the ground.
So how many miles is the moon from the Earth then approximately?
No, I mean, robot lines, I said like 3,000 miles or something. I don't know. Because, triangulation, all of these things that we can do, it misses that most important part of this whole perspective. It's very hard to triangulate when things shrink in the distance and angles shrink in the distance. So, I don't know.
But it's not 233,000.
Oh, absolutely not. I think that's nonsense. Yeah, sorry about that. It's utter nonsense.
It's very adamant when you go on Google or whatever, how far it is, well, that's a pretty strong fact.
Right. It's, you look at they get that especially. Have you looked much into the fake moon landings? Yeah. Okay. Well, you should go on my channel. I've got the ones where they're hanging by wires. You can see the wires. But the biggest thing for me is those backdrops. You can see the movie backdrops. For crying out loud. You don't have walls of moon in the back. Movie backdrops, wires, the lunar lander, which they said went 235,000 miles to space, and then dropped at 4,000 miles per hour, landed, and they never even practiced this. Not even once. Yeah, that lunar lander never flew on Earth, and yet it's landed 4,000 miles per hour after orbiting the moon. Ridiculous. It's all ridiculous when you look at it. That's what kind of started the whole capital.
How come there hasn't been anybody up there to do something?
Anyone on the moon?
No, to get evidence of what it is, so go off by speculation or
theories. Why don't we have proof of what is out there? What is out there?
They destroyed the technology and it's
Yeah.
Yes, quick question about the rover. I thought of this the other day. Is there any footage of them unpacking the rover on the road to say? Oh, they just have a couple photos. I remember that. But they don't show what they did with the tires. I find that fascinating. They just stuck those in the trunk where they had ample space. Think about it. They had the lunar lander. They did not change the design, but they attached the rover to it. Well, that didn't affect the stability, the aerodynamics of it whatsoever. Come on. The story is so nonsense that it bothered me that I believed it. Yeah. We're all here.
What is the furthest amount of space that's been documented on Earth showing distances proving the disproof of the curvature?
I would say Jay Cohen Media.
Oh, I was just gonna bring him up.
I mean, he's showing 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles from an airplane. You have to use infrared.
Hey Ben, can I was just watching a video about the sun parallax coming down into a sunset, and he actually said that over the Atlantic he could actually see like kind of guesstimate how far the sun is down to like a pixel, and that it was like 5,000 miles from him over the Atlantic. Yeah. So that's when it actually went under the horizon. So I guess Jay Tolan Media is
very, very difficult, I think, with all that triangulation, because if it's in front of a lens, which I think the sun and the moon are in front of the lens, called the dome, biblical dome. That's my opinion. And when you're trying to triangulate anything behind the lens, it's impossible.
Can't make a triangle with curved lens.
Any other questions?
Do you think the sun and moon are outside of the dome?
That's my opinion. I don't know how God created it. And this is one of the things with flat Earth, which I think everyone needs to realize. We live in a Google generation. You can go, what's a neutron star wave? I mean, stupid stuff. They have no idea, but they have an answer. Google says it, it must be true. And just because we don't have answers doesn't mean the Earth isn't flat. I don't know what the moon is. I'm not sure if it's a sphere or if it's irrelevant what we're on. But all the same, I don't know what it is. But I'm okay with saying that. And that's what flat Earth did. Is now we can wonder. We just don't Google it. We have to go, I don't know. Maybe there's tests we can do. But
What about Antarctica?
Yeah, I don't know if you follow my channel. I made a small video on that one. But
small. It was a big video.
I went through all the Antarctica. That was another fascinating fact. Is that I don't know if you know the flat Earth idea, but you got your land here. Antarctica would be the shoreline of the known world. And what is fascinating is if there's anywhere you're going to prove the Earth is not what they told us, would be Antarctica. So where's the one place that you're not allowed to go independently explore? Antarctica. And everybody says, well, you can go to Antarctica, you can take a boat. No, you can take a boat from like the edge of Argentina, go 60 miles to the edge of Antarctica and go back. No, what we're talking about, you can't independently explore. You can't go below the 60th south parallel without going through this impossible red tape. I mean, they put so many requirements. You have to get an environmental impact statement for an area you've never been. I mean, it's absolutely impossible to go independently explore Antarctica. And the fact that they don't put any planes over Antarctica to fly from South Africa to Argentina or anything like that.
Our technology, if it's not what they say it is, we wouldn't have technology used to go there, right? In that type of environment.
I'm not sure I'm following your question.
All right, so there's space, right? You got the moon, you got the sun. So what they say is you got to have a rocket propel out, break gravity, whatever, and it's weightless, out in space and stuff like that. So if it's not true what they say it is, how could that technology work? How would we know that technology, that rocket and stuff out in space or whatever they say,
I'm not sure, but I don't know. You always see that little video I did with the kids talking about the rocket launches. And the kids are laughing. They're saying, "It's going down!" And then the father's like, "No, the rocket's not going down. It's the Earth is spinning." I mean, we make up such nonsense.
That was the Dallas one, and we watched it on the way up here today. That was
yeah,
Dallas.
you did? And the other kid's like, "Why does it do that?" And the dad had no idea. I mean, we as flat earthers, we finally figured out that all that crud just goes over in parabolic arch over into the ocean, out of view outside there. Yeah.
While you're still standing, I was curious with the Apollo 11 launch and everything. We know the video, Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon, right? So they're up there filming at that time, and I was trying to piece that together. How would they be up in the dome? Obviously, they're not halfway to the moon, and that's a nonsensical thing. But they are up above the atmosphere.
I don't think they are.
So you think the whole?
I don't think. I think the whole thing with the arm in the way. I've seen that. You know, I think that's all fake. That's me. But I don't think they went up there at all. In a bomb comment or a bomb plane. That's what I think. So, you know, there seems to always be different layers of fakery. Like they have the layer, you know, where they let a little truth out, and then they let like the shills, like what's his name, the guy that made that movie. Like Cycle. Anyway, I think
Bart several.
propagandist as well. So I think they somehow he gets a copy of it.
What other platforms are you on besides YouTube that you're not posting?
BitChute, or not BitChute, but the yeah, Odyssey, yeah. I get notifications for Odyssey.
I'm not like very proficient in all of this social media. I don't care about social media at all.
Yay!
I just try to make it I'm happy when other people share it and put it on their channels. I don't want it. It's too much. It's too much. Already this is too much. I have 5 children. I have 3 of my girls in the back, and I'm trying to make a living as well in this crazy nonsense age.
They'll pay you if you want to promote the globe.
Yeah, I can always do that. Anyway, it's a pleasure to talk with everybody.
Thanks, Ben.
Okay, a couple last things. If you didn't receive a beanie, or anyone in your family didn't receive a beanie, and you like hot sauce, we have about 9 of them. So, can you come hand them out too?
Just throw it over here. Just kidding.
If you didn't already get something, raise your hand and she'll hand them out.
I want a
Just
hot
one for
sauce.
family. Okay, this is like Dave White sent a little bean ring with Dada's hot sauce. I would get it. It's delicious, I'm sure. Okay. A couple other quick things. We need to be out of this room at 7 o'clock. So what I think is at 6:45, if we could have a collaborative effort getting all the chairs and tables and food put together, and we'll take them. They go just outside of this door right here. I can help with that. We're going to head straight over after to, it's called Vineyard Beach. It is going to be cold, but we have Robert from FE Core, who's almost 14 miles away with his laser. And if you haven't ever seen a live laser experiment, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit boring. However, we have all these new friends and flat earthers, and we're going to have a big thing of hot cocoa there. Dress warm. It's seriously going to be so cold. Bring all your warmest stuff and extra coats, extra blankets, if anyone else has any. Obviously, the kids probably aren't going to last very long, but everybody's welcome to come. So we're going to move our party over there as soon as we're done in this room and hang out there as long as we want to. With this many interesting individuals, open-minded thinkers, I'm sure that it's going to be just another good place to continue the conversation and get to know each other. Now, who here agrees?
Stop your globe smacking, Carl.
Yeah? Okay, that's what I thought. So here's what I propose. At least in the Salt Lake area, I found out you can rent the library for free. Free, right? So I think that we should have a monthly meetup at the library. Is there anyone that lives in Salt Lake County who has a library card here in the audience? Can I talk with you after? Because I am in Utah County and I can't reserve it. So we're going to be doing at the South Jordan Library. Is right off the freeway. It has the biggest room. So we're going to do a monthly meetup at the South Jordan Library. It'll probably be like something like the first Saturday of every month, something like that, and we'll get the dates out a few months in advance so that we can go. I'll text everybody.
You're welcome, Flat Earth Bear.
On that, make sure that I have your number directly. So we want everyone to know that we already had a save the date, so we're going to do our next meetup on February 5th at the South Jordan Library. We don't have the time yet, but I'll get those details figured out. And then, so that we can continue to gather and contribute and have this connection like we need so badly, I think that we should just do a repeat of what we did today once a quarter. Everybody agree once a quarter? Yeah. That'd be good.
I don't know if
you
I
know,
can
this
do that.
room, it was $150 for me to reserve. It's really not that much. So literally, I got so many donations of like $20. Let's say like $10 per family. We don't need these big
It's
donations.
okay. Carl's my friend.
This, and
I'll
I'm
let
sure
Carl
it might grow from
globe
there,
smack
but
if you
what
want.
we'll do once a quarter. We'll do
Let's
it
talk him
here,
off the ledge.
and we'll invite everybody from. I mean, we have from Boise, from St. George, or from Texas. You know, we're not going to get probably that many people every time, but if we keep spreading the word and people are in town, then we're going to keep having these awesome gatherings. So, Belinda, is there anything we need to say with the food to make sure that it all goes smoothly? Okay, we'll start on the end where the bowls are. We do want the tables, if anybody is worried about like spilling, so like children, or if you have any sort of disability where you need to sit down, we'll reserve the tables for anyone who needs that. And then we can kind of circle up these chairs so that we can chat while we eat and get to socialize. And then at 6:45, I'll make an announcement, and then we'll all start cleaning up together. Question
Okay.
back here?
Well, not a question.
Oh,
I just
go ahead.
wanted to share something real quick. If that's okay.
Go ahead.
In 2018 was when I first started hearing about Earth stuff, and at first I thought, yeah, I think so. And then all of a sudden the light bulb turned off for me. I remember how when I was younger I was perplexed when reading the creation accounts, and how I don't remember which day it was, like the second, third day or whatever, where it says like God divided the waters.
From the water.
The waters from the waters, and I thought, what in the world? And that the firmament, he placed the lights in the firmament. And even the name firmament sounds like something solid, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember trying to figure out trying to picture all that. And then after I started hearing about Flat Earth in 2018, all of a sudden I recalled the creation accounts, and it just clicked. It fits. And then of course, the North Star, you know, I mean, it would be going like this throughout the year if we were, you know, rotating, if they were kind
The access was shifting.
Exactly. And that's exactly why I think we need to gather more. There's so
All right,
much
guys. I'm gonna
that
actually,
we don't know yet.
I'm gonna
And
call it until I
as we put our
see about
minds
going to
together
this
and do
over the water test,
small
laser
scientific
test.
experiments and
So have
use
a
our
good
brain
night.
power. And we
If I don't
meet
see you
monthly.
in
We're
a
gonna
little
come
bit,
up with all sorts of.
so
We're gonna start
see
to
ya.
have better answers and more proof of experiments. You know, like real experiments rather